What's up, everybody? It's your boy Stevie the Black. That's STEVEE the Black. I'm back, and I'm here to give you my SummerSlam review video today. Woo! SummerSlam, the biggest party of the summer. How was it? What were the matches like? Was it incredible? Was it better than WrestleMania? Because there have been times where people did not like WrestleMania but loved SummerSlam. So, did that happen this year? Did that happen last night? Well, if you want my honest opinion, which you always get, I would have to say SummerSlam was... I'm teetering between a 6.5 and a 7. Because there were some great matches, but it's the results or how it happened that's getting me, okay? But, I mean, I said yesterday on my dad's show that I gave it a 6.5, but me reviewing it personally, me giving some time to think about it, and I'm looking down the list right here, and I'm seeing a lot of C's, but B's. I'm seeing a lot of B's and a couple of A's, so after I go through the match, I will again think about why again, and I'll give you my final grade on what I thought of SummerSlam, okay? So, fair warning though, during SummerSlam, I was helping my dad with the TV, so I did not see some of the matches, but I was listening and I was following through with it. So, like, I had it, like, on the sofa playing on my phone, or on my brother's phone, and I had the volume on so I can hear, but I was still helping with the TV, so I didn't know what went down. Alright, so that side note. Plus this side note of I don't watch the pre-show ever because the pre-show was boring. But the pre-show is used to hype people up, I guess. But still, I'll just, my own personal opinion, go over it. Alright, let's do it. Alright, so, match number 1 out of 13. Counting the pre-show, 13 matches? That is too much. Too many matches. But let's go. Alright, so kicks off with the 12-man tag team match. Again, this match was made to look the tag team division and SmackDown look strong. And from what I heard, that the Ascension, they did look pretty good. They looked pretty stronger than they have in a long time. And the Faces did end up winning. So because of that, and because the Ascension looking strong, which they haven't looked since they come up from NXT, I'm giving this match a B. Now, I know my opinions on the pre-shows are probably irrelevant, because they are. Like I said, I did not see them. And I did not see some of these matches, but I did get to see a glimpse of them, rather, right? So I didn't miss that match, and I also missed the next match of the Dudley Boys taking on Sami Zayn and Neville. Side note, Sami Zayn and Neville did win, and I gave it a C because, you know, it was just alright. But again, the Dudley Boys had another miscommunication. Devon got hit by Bubba this time instead of the other way around. So again, they're still teasing the Dudley Boy breakup. Which, again, I don't know how I feel because the tag team division is still trying to break through and we're going to need the Dudley Boys, but hey. But other than that, I mean, still, see, but I heard that the chemistry between Sami Zayn and Neville was pretty good. So if you replace the Dudley Boys with that as a tag team, then I'm okay with that. Alright, so next I did get a glimpse of this. And that is Cesaro taking on Sheamus in the first match of the Best of 7 series. Again, I was listening to a lot of people, and I agree that the 2 matches they had on Raw should factor into that. So they should have went into the Best of Series matches with 2-0 right now. But instead, we had to get 7 matches, and trust me, it will be 7 matches of Cesaro versus Sheamus. And as always, they put on an incredible match. And as I thought, as all of you did, Sheamus did come up with the win. So, I gave it a B. Oh, and my bad. I think I said if I didn't tell you, I gave the 12-man tag team match a B as well. And the Faces won. Okay, so now we get on the actual SummerSlam card. And we get Enzo and Cass taking on Jericho. I really do like that name. Jericho. And surprisingly, Jericho won. I really thought Enzo and Cass were going to win. They were going to build them up so they can be proper contenders for the tag team championships, but actually they lost. I was actually shocked by that. So, with Jericho not leaving, Jericho can last a little while longer. I'm not sure if they're gonna have a rematch tonight or if they're gonna save it for their pay-per-view Clash of Champions. They changed it from Night of Champions to Clash Champions, but okay, that's whatever. Um, I don't know if they're going to have, like I said, I don't know if they're going to have a rematch tonight on Raw or if they're going to wait for Clash of Champions. But either way, uh, I think Enzo and Cass will win the rematch because, like I said, they got to get pumped up and get them ready for the tag team match that they're going to have for the titles. So next, we had a big disappointment, but a great match. Charlotte taking on the champion Sasha Banks for the WWE Women's Championship. And the match was awesome. Great. Again, these two women put on a phenomenal match. Again, I saw bits and parts of it. And I missed their first match on Raw when Sasha won the belt. But again, like I said, I was helping my dad with TV, so I did not see this match. But I saw a glimpse of it. But I was so mad and so disappointed, confused. Like, what? Charlotte won? Like, what the heck? Like, that was planned, okay? That was planned. And I looked it up, I'm like, why would Charlotte lose? And I saw some news that Sasha Banks actually has been injured and she's going to need some recovery time. So she's been pulled from all the upcoming shows, so she won't be on Raw tonight, I don't think. And she will come back, I think it says September 23rd. She should be good by. But I was so shocked. I was mad Sasha lost. I was like, I can't believe they made Charlotte a 2-time champ. This is unacceptable. I can't believe this. They'll probably keep the belt on Charlotte until Sasha comes back, and then she'll come back and she'll win the rematch, and then we'll have to have another match between them probably. I don't know. But other than that, the match was great, so I gave it an A. Did I give it an A? Yeah, I gave it an A. But yeah, I was so mad she lost. But after seeing what I read about Sasha Banks being hurt, I was like, oh, okay, I get it. I still don't like it, but oh, okay, I get it. Oh, and by the way, I gave Enzo and Cass that match. I gave that match a B, by the way, just so you know. Next, we had The Miz taking on Apollo Crews for the Intercontinental Championship. I knew The Miz was going to win this match because there was really no proper build-up between Apollo Crews and The Miz because, well, Apollo Crews ain't got no character. All he does is jump, flip, and smile. That's about it. So I think it was the best move and the smart move to keep the Intercontinental Championship on The Miz. As for who's going to dethrone him, it still could be Apollo Crews, but they're going to have to build him up because we still don't really know anything about him. So it could be a Crews. It could, I would say, a Kalisto or maybe Baron Corbin, but it looks like those two are in a feud right now. So I don't know who they're going to take it off. Who's going to take it off The Miz, but all right. So next we get to my match of the night, which I tied with Rollins and Finn Balor, which is John Cena taking on AJ Styles. I thought that AJ was going to lose and Cena was going to win. I really, really did. But AJ ended up winning the match. And here's the thing. We all heard the rumor that The Undertaker's coming back. I broke that news that he was going to be joining SmackDown Live roster. And there was a rumor that he might show up and cost John Cena the match. He did it. I was kind of expecting it. The last time The Undertaker was supposed to come up at a pay-per-view was against Brock Lesnar last year, and it was true. But I was expecting it to be true this time, but it wasn't. But you know what? That's fine. That's cool. He might show up on Tuesday. He might not. I don't know. But so Cena and AJ, the match of the night, great match. Again, I shocked that Cena lost, but he did the right thing in giving AJ the win. You know. Does this mean Cena needs to lose every single match that he's in with the up-and-comer? I don't think he does because, I mean, yeah, he's a 15-time world champion. He's still the face that runs the place, literally. But, I mean, he can win a feud every now and then. He doesn't need to be losing feud back to back to back. Remember, he still will break, or I guess tie, Ric Flair's record of being a 16-time world champion. So we need to keep that in mind, people. But I saw a lot of people on the internet, they praised Cena. It was like, good job, Cena. I respect you. You did the job and you gave AJ the win. I'm proud about that. But we have to think, Cena is about to leave for a couple of months to go film American Grit. So we got to take that into consideration. Another thing we got to take into consideration is what happened after the match. AJ wins. He walks away. Cena gets up and he takes his armband off and he kisses it and he leaves it in the middle of the ring. My dad was saying that it was a great opportunity for Cena to go heel. There's always been a lot of great opportunities for Cena to go heel. But I'm with the people who say that until they have a new face of the company, which can be Finn Balor, uh, until they find a new face of the company, John Cena will still be the face, the top face of the company, I guess you could say, even though Dean Ambrose is the champion. Excuse me. But, yeah, so he kisses it and he leaves his armband in the ring and he walks away and he's all like that. So I don't know what it means, and I don't know if this will be on SmackDown Tuesday. I mean, he does have to say that AJ was the better man or better wrestler, so he may or may not be there on Tuesday. We will see. But mad respects for John Cena on that, man. Mad respects. And a little history fact for you. Since 2010, when John Cena and his team beat the Nexus, John Cena has been 0-6 at SummerSlam. So you're thinking, well, who did he lose to? Well, let me refresh your memory. So as I said, his last win at SummerSlam was in 2010. So he's lost 6 years straight at WrestleMania since then. He's lost to CM Punk in 2011. He lost a triple threat match with Big Show and CM Punk at SummerSlam 2012. 2013, he lost to Daniel Bryan. 2014, he got murdered by Brock Lesnar. 2015, he lost to Seth Rollins after Jon Stewart got in the way. And this year, or last night, he lost to AJ Styles. So that is 6 losses back to back to back to back to back to back to back. Just in case that wasn't the 6th back. So this little interesting fact for you to know. I was like, wow, I can't believe he lost 6 straight at SummerSlam. I mean, it's not WrestleMania, but still. So again, that match was an A+. Awesome match. Totally topped what they did at Money in the Bank. Next, we had the New Day versus Gallows and Ambrose, or the Club, or whatever you want to call it. And I'm afraid to say that, well, the New Day, unfortunately, are still your WWE World Tag Team Champions. They lost the match by disqualification, so the Club did win. But they are still tag team champions. Today is 365-day reign as champion. They hit Kofi Kingston with their tag team move. I don't know what it's called. And then Jon Stewart gets in the ring. And, he's distracting them, and they're about to use the ring post to crush his private area, as we'll say. And just as they're about to do that, Big E comes running out. And here's the thing, a lot of people were saying, yo, if Big E was fine, which he was fine the whole time, but if Big E was fine, why didn't he compete in the match? Well, because I think this match was to prove something, that the New Day can, I guess, kind of hang without Big E. But here's the thing, I know for a fact, and you heard it here first, I know for a fact that they're going to have a rematch for the tag titles tonight, because I can see the Club going to Stephanie and Mick Foley and saying, hey, we deserve a rematch for the tag titles and we want it tonight. Jon Stewart cost us that opportunity and we want it. So I can see them saying, you're right, you can have your match. And I can also, for whatever reason, I don't know why, but for whatever reason, I keep seeing the scenario in my head where Big E cost the New Day the tag team championships. Like, he turns heel and he just walks away from the New Day, or he attacks his own teammate. I don't know. I just have this feeling that that's what's going to happen. Maybe it's the internet, because I read it on the internet way back when at Battleground, when the New Day was supposed to supposedly break up because of Big E or Xavier Woods. I saw that and I'm like, oh man, it's going to happen. But for whatever reason, I have the feeling that Big E is going to do that tonight. He's going to cost the New Day the tag titles. And because everyone loves the New Day and the New Day rocks, Big E's going to have some major heat. Because I saw Vince said he has high hopes for Big E, because you all know Vince like big guys. But he's also athletic, so that works out. If he's going to be Universal Champion, I would be fine with that. We need some black champions, you know what I'm saying? I mean, not just the tag team titles, not just the United States, not just Intercontinental. We need some black world champions like Mark Henry, like The Rock. I mean, I think those are the only two. Oh, Booker T. But I think those are the only 3 black world champions. Other than that, I can't think of anything. If you know any other black world champ, Ron Simmons. But if you know anybody else, just let me know in the comment section below. who do you know that are from black? I'm not trying to be racist. I'm not, but I'm just saying we need some more black world champions. You know what I'm saying? I'm black. You know, I would love to see some black champions. But I'm giving off topic here. What I'm trying to say is I feel like really that Biggie's, I think he's going to cost him the match. That's just my opinion. I do think that the only reason why the New Day are still champs is because they can be officially 1 year that they're tag team champions. And then they'll lose the titles tonight. Also, I'm really hoping that the Monday Night Raw tonight will be like the Monday Night Raw from last year, where it felt like the night after WrestleMania, and the Dudley Boys came back, and everyone's like, "Oh my God, it's the Dudley Boys!" So I really hope that we get that feeling tonight. I probably doubt it, but I really, really hope. So, other than that, the match was to see Big E's back. Like I said, you've heard my piece, so you heard it here first. Big E will cost the New Day the tag team titles. If not, then it didn't happen. But if you did, you heard it here first. Alright, so next we had the WWE Championship match of Dean Ambrose taking on Dolph Ziggler. It was the story of Dolph Ziggler's redemption. Can he do it? Can he beat Ambrose and become a 3-time WWE World Champion? And he did not. And here's the thing, the match was fine. It's just that the crowd was not into it. They weren't electric. They didn't feel it. They were just watching. And Ambrose did have some funny moments, like where he was mocking Ziggler. So again, heel is tight, but he wasn't a heel. Like I said, we rarely ever get babyface versus babyface in the WWE. But I'm glad we got it. The match, again, could have been a little bit better. But again, it really helps when the crowd's into the match, and they really weren't into the match. My favorite Ambrose mock was when he was mocking the super kick, and he was just like, kind of like he was skipping a little bit. He was like, yeah. And then when he was doing the Ziggler, when he was going like this, first of all, Ambrose does not look right doing that, and neither do I, so I will never do that again. I apologize for doing that. But it looked weird, and it was funny, and it was Ambrose. But other than that, I'm glad Ambrose is still champion. I said in the past that I believe Ambrose needs to have a long reign, although I want Ziggler, because I like Ziggler to be champion. Ambrose just needs to have a long reign. But since I don't know if the feud is over, but if it is, then I'm seeing his next challenger being AJ Styles. So, next, I gave it a C+, by the way. Next, it was a 6-women tag team match, and I have a problem with this match. Not with the actual match itself, but we all heard the news that Eva Marie got suspended. I can't remember what she took. It was like Adelard or I don't even know how to pronounce it. But she got suspended, and it started with an A, so just look it up. But, so we go through all the entrances, and then it's Eva Marie, and her music does actually play. And I'm thinking, what if it'd be funny if the announcer guy or the dude who's announcing her, whatever, was like, cannot compete tonight because she has been suspended for 30 days. So, we won't see her till then. Nope, it didn't do that. What they did was say she got sick, she was tired of being ridiculed by the fans, so she went on vacation. Like, really? Really? So, this is what you're telling me. This is what you're telling me. Roman Reigns gets suspended, and it's all over. We can't get enough of you reminding us that Roman Reigns got suspended. And he was clearly being pushed. But Eva Marie is being pushed. She's given a push. And you telling me that you can't tell us that she's got suspended? We're not stupid. We all know she got suspended, just like Del Rio and Paige. But you just don't want to tell us? We're not stupid. This ain't the 80s. This ain't the 90s. This is now. This is 2016 where we have the internet and we already knew she was suspended. Heck, Becky Lynch even said on her Twitter account, 3-on-2, 2-on-3, or 3-on-3, whatever, let's go. So, it boggles the mind of why they did not just flat out say, the announcer guy just didn't say, oh, she's suspended. She's on vacation. That's where she's at. On some island. I don't even remember. She's on vacation. That's where she's at right now. Really? Okay, fine, whatever. Anyway, I think we all knew after Nikki Bella got cleared that she was going to be the one in the match. She was. She looked great, both in the ring, and actually she looked great. But she did modify her move so that way it wouldn't pressure her neck or whatever, or mess with her neck. Like, it's kind of like a twisted move. I don't know what she calls it, or I don't even know what the actual move is called, but I did like the move. So the heels did end up with this win. So okay, fine with that. That's cool. Next, we have Seth Rollins taking on the Demon King Finn Balor for the WWE Universal Championship. And let me stop you right there. First of all, we already had a problem with the name Universal Championship. That's just a dumb name to begin with. But then, what you do, you're telling me this whole entire time we're wondering, maybe the belt won't look that bad. We won't forget it's called the Universal Championship. All you did was change the belt strap color. That's what you did. You changed the belt strap color. That's what you did. You changed it from black to red. That belt was ugly. That belt looked stupid. And the problem, and here's the thing, the match was great between Seth Rollins and Finn Balor. We all knew Finn Balor was going to win. Anyone who didn't know, something's wrong with you. But we all knew Finn Balor was going to win. But the fact that the belt was so darn stupid and ugly, the fans weren't even into the match. They were kept chanting, "That belt sucks! That belt sucks! That belt sucks!" And they were even going, "That belt ugly," or "That belt sucks." They were doing it New Day style. They were doing it See the Suck style. They couldn't even focus on the match because that belt was so... Every time the camera went to the belt, they booed because that belt is ugly. It's like literally, they thought, what we gonna do? Let's change the belt red because it's on Raw. Yo, that's a good idea. No, it's not. That belt is ugly. They should have just brought back the World Heavyweight Championship. The name was already stupid. And you changed the belt red. I could have did that by playing 2K16 on my PS4. I could have literally created that belt on my PS4. That's how bad that belt design was. They didn't think about it. Somebody need to be fired. Oh my god. Yo, if Vince came up with that, then I totally agree with everybody else. Vince, you need to go. If this was your idea, you need to go. Triple H, if this was you, you need to get slapped in the face. I don't know who this was, but whoever came up with that needs to get fired, and y'all just need to stop being, I don't want to say stupid, I don't want to say lazy, but just bring back the World Heavyweight Championship. Because that belt is stupid, it's ugly, and people aren't going to care that Finn Balor is a champion because the belt was stupid. But other than that, the match was an A-. The only reason I gave it an A- was because the belt was ugly. Other than that, those Cena and AJ, Finn Balor and Seth Rollins and the Divas title match, those were the greatest matches of the night. Red belt. Make me sick. Next, it was supposed to be Rusev taking on Roman Reigns for the United States Championship. And by this point, it was like 10:30 or something like that. And we're like, how are they going to fit this match into it and Lesnar versus Randy Orton? So what they did was, and I think this is a smart move. The crowd didn't like it, but it was a smart move. The match never started. Rusev attacked Roman Reigns before he even got into the ring, and they were fighting each other. The refs had to come and break him up, and Roman Reigns was beating down on him. I didn't hear boos in the beginning when his entrance came up, but by the time he was beating him up, it didn't matter. And they weren't booing Reigns by the end. They were just booing the fact that the match did not happen, because especially since they were like, oh, Rusev cannot compete, or yada, 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 like that. So we can either expect the match tonight, or we can expect that Clash of Champions. It'll probably be tonight. But other than that, I mean, it was fine. I mean, the Spear looked nice, as always. And that was it. Again, totally smart move on how to save time. I'm totally fine with it. So finally, we get to the biggest match of the night. The main event. Brock Lesnar versus Randy Orton. 15 years in the making. This match is going to be awesome. This match is going to be epic. You don't know who's going to win. And the match turned out to be a total disappointment. I mean, it kind of felt like they were rushing it, number one. Just a little bit, but not a lot. Brock Lesnar would suplex Randy Orton like 3 or 4 times, beat him in the corner, and then suplex him 3 or 4 more times. So that was pretty much the match. The table did break, so that was nice. Randy Orton hit an RKO on the table. Hit the DDT in the ring. Went for another RKO. Brock Lesnar kicks out. Gets ready to go for the punt. Brock Lesnar hits the F5. Randy kicks out. So I'm like, okay, where are they going for here? And this is where the match pretty much went down here from here. Brock Lesnar takes off his gloves. He takes down Randy and he starts hitting one with his elbows. And Randy Orton is bleeding. Now here's the thing. This is the part where I'm getting kind of confused. Because I'm thinking, did he cut himself like blading, or did Brock Lesnar actually make him bleed? Because it was so confusing, and it was like, huh? Like, think back to last year when it was Brock Lesnar versus The Undertaker, and the match, the way it happened, and the ref and the timekeeper rung the bell, and we're all like, what? What's going on? Like, how? What? Like, that was confusing, but as you processed it, it made sense a little bit, but it was still confusing. This makes absolutely no sense because it was the weird thing ended. Brock keeps hitting him. The refs are trying to pull him out, so I guess you could say Brock's officially a heel again, which I'm gonna miss face Brock Lesnar because I really did like face Brock Lesnar as a face, but he is the beast incarnate, and well, I guess whatever. But so Lesnar keeps hitting him. The refs are coming out and they're saying, "Yo, stop the match. It's over. Brock Lesnar wins by knockout. It's over." And I'm like, okay, that was a stupid ending. See, the knockout might have been planned so that way neither Brock or Randy has to get pinned. But the way how it ended, and then everyone chanting Goldberg, I'm thinking, please Goldberg come out. Please Goldberg come out. Because they both been teasing a rematch, right? So I'm thinking, please Goldberg come back. Please come back. Instead, we get Shane McMahon coming down to the ring. He's trying to check on Randy, or Brock won't let him. He F5s Shane McMahon, walks out the ring, and that's how SummerSlam ends. That was the most stupidest way to end it. The match wasn't that great, and I'm thinking, what the heck, man? What the heck? What kind of ending was that? That was stupid. It didn't make no sense whatsoever. So I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if Brock's going to get suspended. I don't know if the blood was real or if it was blading. I don't know if the planned TKO. I think the TKO was real. I think that was the plan of the end. I think Randy Orton bleeding, I don't think that was part of it. I'm not sure if Brock Lesnar F5ing Shane McMahon was real or not, but the ending was so stupid. So I gave it a D plus because it was just, the ending was stupid. It didn't make sense. It was just crazy. So I mean, that's how SummerSlam ended. Again, we still could get. I don't know if Stephanie's going to say something. I don't know if she's going to suspend him. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's happening right now. Hopefully, we'll get some answers on Raw. Definitely Brock Lesnar to heel again because he will get booed today if he's on Raw. But other than that, that's about it. That's been SummerSlam. So after going through it, breaking it down piece by piece, what do I give SummerSlam? I've changed my mind in looking at it again and talking about it and breaking the matches down. I've decided to give SummerSlam a 7 out of 10. I said it was a 6.5 because everything was still fresh in my mind and I haven't completely processed it and I didn't have time to think. But I'm giving it a 7 because of Rollins versus Balor, the Divas match, and Cena versus AJ. 3 best matches of the night. And we had a couple B's in there, throwing some C's and 2 D's. 2 D's. And a D was with Brock Lesnar. Dean, I heard, had backstage heat because he called Brock Lesnar lazy. They had opportunity to have a WrestleMania moment, which is what Dean wanted, but Brock didn't want that. This match right here could have been a moment. Brock probably didn't want that either. So I don't want to say he's lazy, but he doesn't want to give people what they want or what they think should happen. So he's not lazy, but Brock, as Paul Heyman put it, Brock Lesnar does what Brock Lesnar does, and really no one can do anything about it. Because if he really gets into a fight with someone, he will kill you. I don't know anybody who actually could, manhandle Brock or kind of like calm him down or whatever, but that's besides the point. So that pretty much has been my SummerSlam review. By the way, I'm happy I finally have 30 subscribers, just 70 more to go. Again, I do think it's possible for me to reach 100. That is my goal by the end of the year. And we are in, well, August? We got September, October, November, December. 4 months. And with 2 pay-per-views probably each month, plus Monday Night Raw, plus some breaking news here and there, and some theory videos, plus with my Eagles videos that I'm going to do, it's totally possible. Totally possible. So that has pretty much been the video for today. Come back later today as I'll be doing my Giants schedule review to go over them to see where I think they will be placed in the NFC East and going forward and everything like that. So until later on, and if you're not down with that, I've got 2 words for you. Peace out, y'all.